Hello there everybody, Happy New Year. Sorry I've been a bit absent again. Copped a dose of everything nasty like everybody else. Lost my voice, which some people will say is a good thing. So it's coming and going, so I do apologise, but I'm sure like all of you, we've all had it, haven't we? Christmas was cancelled as far as we were concerned. Yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? So hopefully you're all right out there. And my voice is coming back, so we'll be all right. We'll be all right. But it has actually, because it was that bad, it's put me behind by a couple of weeks of everything that I'm doing. So I'm on a mad catch up here at the minute, and we'll see how far we get. I've got a little list of things of what's going on. So let me just tell you a little minute, because this is the first thing in my mind. We got some. I don't know if you can see them. They're just little drawstring bags for your phone or your purse or your glasses or whatever you fancy. Now, these are all done using age-old traditional crazy quilting. Do you know, my brain's gone. I do apologise. You just have to bear with me. You know what I mean, really. Crazy quilting. Okay, so I've been busy making samples because I'm going to be teaching this at the shows this year. So traditional, how to, what to. And I've figured out, I don't know if anybody else has ever done it in this manner, how to make these little bags dead easy and quick. Certainly easy when you're doing crazy patchwork. All right, and I got a bit carried away. So look, I did a big one too, because I really enjoyed myself. Look, and my sewing machine, it's not a huge one, but it has got letters on. So I was able to write on here, a bag of stuff, my stuff. And so I've put all my crazy quilting and things in it. But I'll be teaching that at several of the Grosvenor shows. So hopefully intended is Sandown, Malvern and Harrogate, certainly. Possibly Newton Abbot at the new venue there. That would be nice. I'm just trying to work things out there. And Craft for Crafters, they've got a new name, but I can't remember what it is. How awful is that? I really am not on all cylinders this morning. But at Exeter in April. So do come find and have a play, all right? So it'll be a nice hour, sat giggling. And I'm also going to do a handout sheet, because in case you don't get them finished in the hour, and also as a referral for when you get home, if you want to make something bigger, different shapes. We're only going to make little ones because that's all the time will dictate, but that proves that we can do anything with it. And once you know how to do crazy patchwork, you can put that across into all manner of your projects, and it's along the theme of the upcycle, recycle and all that sort of stuff, in so much this will allow you to use up your scrap and stash. All right. I'm a good one for that. Although I love to sell you all fabric, I'm very aware we've all got far too much scrap and stash. So a lot of my designs, as you know, are made to help us use things up. All right. I'm not going to say get us under control, because you'll never get a quilter under control, I don't think. And if you do, there's something majorly wrong. She's got to be poorly, or he's got to be poorly. Never mind. Right, so next I'll show you Witter Quilt 11, block number 6. So we've got the first 5 blocks up behind me. Okay, all traditional, all piecing, and today's is no different. This is quite a traditional style, but depending where you put your fabrics, your placement, you get a whole different thing going on. All right, so as I say, I apologise for this, because these were made before Christmas, ready to witter for you and put out there, but life stopped. No Christmas cake, no Christmas pudding. Did manage Christmas dinner, that was good. And then we did have a couple of visitors who were very brave to come up with the colds and things going on, and I said, what did you want for pudding, sort of thing. And I can highly recommend this, a banana with ice cream, and it's got to be Cornish clotted ice cream, vanilla, yeah, and then melted dairy milk chocolate all over the top of it. It was very nice, and it did very well with the throat, so I was quite impressed with that. Thank you, girls. Yeah, so we've got a new Christmas pudding going on now, so that's that. Yeah, so there we are. So it's a star, but it depends where you place your fabrics. Okay, so purposely done with 2 fabrics so that you've got a good distinction between the 2 and you can see what's going on. I actually really enjoyed making this one, and I think it will sit nicely with those ones behind me. So what I've done, as normal, I've done your pattern and I've shaded where the dark bits are. All right. When you're making it, it's basically a 4-inch square and then 4-inch half triangles, and then we cut them smaller again. All right, so your little triangles. Make templates if you need to. That just makes life easier. I'm not going to give you all the fancy measurements and stuff for doing trick puts togethers and quick cuts and all the rest of it. I'll let you do that in your own standard way, because these are pretty well standard sizes. All right, don't forget always with my patterns, add your seam allowance. All right, I just put the finished sizings on there. Okay, so how I've done it is I've made up the blocks of the 4 little triangles first into squares, then your half triangles into squares, then lay them all out in front of you in the order, and make sure you've got the little ones twisted all in the right direction to give you it where you need it. Basically none of them sort of touch each other, same colours, if that makes sense. And then start putting it together. So I always put in a strip, a strip, a strip, and then I join a strip to a strip to make my block. All right, so I always recommend it to be like building blocks. Yeah, everything in straight lines. What you don't want to be doing is having to machine or hand stitch or anything around the corner. So it's always easier to make everything up into squares first. All right, so there we go. That's that one. So that's block 11. Right, there we go. So Tom was here. I put the camera up and everything so that you could see him in his box. He is no longer in his box. He's got up and buggered off into the window. He sat in the window looking out at that lovely grey sky that's going on. We just had a whole stack of sleet. Looked almost perfect little spherical spheres, round things. They were lovely, but there were an awful lot of them. It didn't half chuck it down. It's all sort of melted again now. I didn't think it was going to be that cold and horrible today, but there we are. I got that wrong. So hopefully where you are, you're all good. It's not anything horrible. Right, okay, so I've got a little list because my brain, in case you haven't noticed, isn't happening. Right, so we've done the witter block, okay, and we've done what we're doing in shows. So that's good. That's going to be good fun, actually. I can't wait to see what people are going to do on that. Yeah, you can use up masses of stuff. Right, I had a bit of a clear out when I wasn't overly fabulous the other day. So there's men's bolts. There'll be more, but I did get one lot done. I've put them on my website shop, abbyann.com. Feel free, you have some bargains. They're all at least 30% off, if not more. But they're all odd lengths, yeah, because it's the end. Ooh, sorry, mustn't lean on the table. You're wobbling. I do apologise. Bags of stuff. Now, a lot of you now know I make up bags of stuff. These are bags of stuff that include at least 2.5 meters of fabric, sometimes 3, depending what's going on, and all sorts of other bits and things and patterns. And quite often one of my old magazines that I've read and finished and is perfectly okay, so I'll pop that in there for nothing. All the stuff might be some bleach stuff out the window. It could be a damaged packet. It could be, now several of my patterns, I did the responsible thing a while back and I bought a whole load of plastics for the patterns that were biodegradable. Fabulous. Well, they've degraded pretty quick ahead of time, and so some of my patterns are going out there for stuff because the actual flimsies are breaking down around them, so I can't sell them really like that without having to do everything. So I thought, oh, that might be nice, we'll stick them in the bags of stuff. So there's all sorts of those coming out, but it could be anything. It could be odd reels of thread, it could be anything at all within that bag of stuff. And now what I do is I sort of tot up, if the brain can cope, the value. All right, so I always make sure there's over 50 quid retail in a pack, and generally they're 25, 26 quid a pack, so you're getting them at half price, if not less. Quite often it works out that you're getting it at cost, but it's stuff that I need to move on because I've got more fabric on the way. Don't tell Paul. But there we are. In order to make room for the fabric that is on the way, I need to clear out some of the shelves and bits and things, and yeah, behave myself, which is unheard of. Anyway, so that's bags of stuff. Exciting things happening on. I've got 3 new Pile and Plunder patterns coming out. Okay, one's a fleur-de-lis, one's a dragon, and one's me fishes, me tropical fishes, in patterns that I've done them as reverse appliqué, so Pile and Plunder reverse appliqué, so they have rawish finishes, but all of the patterns could be used quite easily for an appliqué. So if you don't fancy raw edges or layers of fabric or that sort of thing, standard appliqué, the patterns will be lovely. All right, so we've got 3 new of them coming out hopefully next week sometime, as soon as I finish typing up. What else we've got a new quilt, the one that I did in Ireland back in September. I have finally finished off the border and stuff. I just need to write that one all up for you. I've called that one Regal. It's really rather, and it's the fabrics that do it, I think you find. So hopefully that will go live in the next couple of weeks. Before I do those, I have to do the mystery quilt. So next mystery quilt it's been delayed and delayed and delayed. Those of you that know me know there's an awful lot going on in my life at the minute, which has meant that I've been slowed up a bit, apart from the goal and the lurgy. But here, I'm not going to show you, but there are all of the designs for the next mystery quilt. I just need to make the blocks up so that I can actually write the patterns for you. We will be kicking this one off towards the end of January. Okay, so I'm going to put sign up probably back end of this week, because I need to make some of the blocks ready for teasing photos that I can advertise for you. It's all going to be, I want to say, daisy type stuff. I've called it Through the Window because that seemed like a good idea at the time when it was in my head. It's now out of my head. It's not quite through the window, but you know what? You could see abstract of this all through the window. So that's the name of it. Okay, there's going to be 12 blocks. Each block is going to be 11 inches square when finished. There will be sashing, but it's done in an Abbey way. All right, so watch your space on that one. And they're all a little bit different. They're appliqué and traditional piecing, or traditional piecing with appliqué, I should say, really. Okay, so that's the next mystery quilt. Sign up's going to be towards the end of this month, or start off towards the end of this month. Sign up in about a week or so's time when I've made some blocks. I'll put that up as soon as I can. But I'm actually, for the first time in a while, I'm really excited to actually get started and playing. I've not, as I say, I've not been myself, and there's been an awful lot going on, but at last, New Year maybe, that's what it is. I'm looking at something fresh and fun to make. So going to do that. It's all very exciting. And I'm not on meds, honestly, and I've not been drinking. I'm all right, really, honestly. So that's the mystery quilt, that's Regal, and that's the 3 new designs. So I have been busy in between everything else. I just haven't really got it all together and put it out there to you is the main thing. Those of you that know my husband's not overly well, things look like they might be starting along the process to getting his heart all fixed. So I can't wait for that to be, and he'll be running around like a good one, I'm sure. So again, bit hit and miss, and the brain cell's not here. What else is there to tell you other than it's cold and horrible in Cornwall? You're probably best off where you are. If you're in Cornwall, stay in front of the fire. Keep yourself nice and warm on this Sunday. There is a robin hopping around out there. I've just seen. He's very lovely. comes to visit me every day because I put mealworms out for him. Fortunately, those of you that know Tom lives in here and looks out the window all the time, he's too slow because he's too fat at the minute. He's got his winter weight on. There's a lot of him, but that all comes off in the summer when he gets out and about and starts doing stuff. But at the minute, he, as I say, sat in the window. I'd so hoped that I was going to get a photo of him for you today. Now, one last thing. Somebody asked me, they wanted to know what else was in my cupboard. All right. So what I might do quickly, and you have to bear with me because you know me and wobbly hands and not knowing what I'm doing. I'm going to come around there and pick up the camera, and I'm just going to do you a little walk round what's going on in here. I have to say it's a bit of a mess, but that's it. That's such is life, isn't it? Right, so I'm coming round to there, and I'll show you a quick whatever. All right, so here I come. Quickly. Well, not quickly at all, really, because everything wobbles. Right, there we go. So if we start over here, and I can show you where my birds is down here. All right, he's usually down here and up there. Okay, so in here we've got vac quarters, and we've got embroidery threads, and we've got haberdashery, and we've got a witter quilt on display, plus fabric and turkeys and owls and bowls. And in the corner we have my scrap stash, and lots of quilty bits on the top there that are needing, I hope you're seeing what I'm seeing, I don't know that you are, that need writing up and things. Tins of roses, only had mince pies in, they didn't have roses in, all the ladies have had them. Right, so we've got threads, we've got more fabric, and we've got a little mini me that somebody made me for Christmas, which was fabulous. Haberdashery, threads, toy stuffing, wadding, machine servicing. We do sewing machine servicing, in case I've never said that before. Bags of stuff, kits, templates, all sorts of patterns. We do picture framing, so I'm just going to show you that. So there's picture framing. Okay, messy kitchen, another pile of fabric, and all sorts of bits over here. Now I'm going to come this way cause oh, I was going to show you Tom, but he's not in the window. He's obviously taken himself out, which is not a bad thing. He really should go out, he really should. So there we are. Can't remember who it was that asked for that, but I've done it now. All right, so you've seen what else is in the cupboard, including camels. Look, there's a camel behind me. We quite like camels, and all sorts of weird things, as you know. Right, so get the light right. That's a bit better. The hair's looking a bit of a mess, isn't it? Never mind. What I need to do now is just say Happy New Year. I hope you're all well. I hope to see you around all the shows this year. I'm going to get to as many as I can, but life's going to be what it's going to be. All right, so one major thing left to say to you all: be lovely.